So I'm sitting here like, what? Do my ears deceive me? Because I'm sitting here trying to brush my teeth and get my day started. And if I ain't mistaken, and right when I thought, was I mistaken, I hear it again. Leave my sister alone, Henry. No means no. Stop, Henry. And then the other one say, bitch. And I'm just like, bruh. And bruh, I know the shit, y'all gonna be laughing and shit, but bruh, when something like that going on, I ain't gonna, like, your heart kind of flutter. Like, that shit just give you a weird feeling. Like, it's kind of like when some shit finna pop and then it pop and then somebody die. And it's like, damn, I was just talking to bro earlier. Damn, I just saw bro over there getting ice and making him some Kool-Aid earlier. And I just watched him get stabbed and he just dropped and he just landed. It's like a certain feeling you get, like, is this shit really happening? That's the type of feeling you get when it sounds as if somebody's getting raped or something. You know what I'm saying? So immediately I look back through the little thing on the flap and the other two GAP members is at the door, at Henry's door. The door is open. One of them got both of his hands on the door like he trying to pull it. And you can see his like restraint is struggling, like the door going in, then the door pulling back, then the door going in, then the door pulling back. And then the other one right there screaming and, you know, doing all this extra stuff like he finna swing, but he didn't swing. So I hurry up, grab, you know, get some water, rinse my mouth out, spit the toothpaste out, and I step out the door. I still got the toothbrush in my hand. When I step out the door, I go up these little few steps. It's like 3-4 steps right here to take me to the big floor so I could see into the room. Because now I felt a little better, because ain't no way you over here taking advantage of somebody and struggling with this dough back and forth. You can't do that at the same time, you know what I'm saying? So it's other people that came out like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Wiping their eyes out, looking. You got people walking down here. And then Deputy Warden Gallant, his door swung open. So when I come this way looking up, I see Henry has on nothing but some drawers. You see, like, he turned to the side. He got this hand to the door, this hand like this. You see the dude in the room, Cory, with him, like running, tussling, turning like he trying to get out the room. So Henry restraining him with this hand and trying to lock the door with this hand. So you got a few people go walking down there. So Deputy Warden Gallant walk over here to the bottom of the steps. He say, hey, Bill, what the fuck going on up there? And he looking. I said, I don't know, bro. I just got up a few minutes before you came out the room. I'm trying to see my damn self. So he went walking up the steps. He said, this motherfucker Henry, he don't know who he fucking with. He don't even know what dorm he in. He don't know. He ain't finna be doing this shit in here, man. Come on, man. That's a grown man. That's what he said when he walking up the steps. So a few people done went over there, and I guess, you know, one of the dudes, they not part of the GAP or nothing. It's just they not with, you know, this type of stuff or whatever. And one of the dudes, like, pulled the door open. So now it's like a crowd of people outside the door. I'm still standing where I'm at. Deputy Warden Gallant walking up there. So Henry arguing with the dude who snatched the door open or whatever. They move out the way, let Gallant get through. So he face to face with Henry. So I can't hear what he's saying because he talking quiet. And then he raised his voice. He said, he like, Henry, if you don't let this motherfucking boy out this room right now, you gonna have some real motherfucking issues. See, what it is, you think you nickel slick, motherfucker, but I got your penny change. You better let Cory on up out this room right now, motherfucker. Henry, you know, going back and forth with him. The Deputy Warden Gallant was like, this ain't Alto, man. You ain't in Alto no more. This ain't the Alto prison no more, man. You can't do shit like that no more, man. This ain't the 80s, man, or the 90s. Come on, man. Henry ended up letting dude, you know, bust past him, leave out the room. He come out crying, doing all this shit. He went down there in the room with the other GAP members. I went back in my room, started getting dressed, getting ready to go to work. When Deputy Warden Gallant came back down, he gonna knock on my door, pull my door open. He gonna say, hey, Bill. I said, yeah. He said, what the fuck wrong with this motherfucker, man? I say, hey, man, I don't know. So he leave, he go to his room. I get dressed, I, you know, make up the bed, everything, lock the door, leave out, go to detail. Gallant usually leave out before me, but I guess he stayed a little longer just trying to orchestrate shit in the dorm and, you know, make sure the dude Cory was all right, I guess. So we up there on detail. I'm doing my thing for a couple hours. I come out on break. We had a little lunch break. I come out. When I come out, I see Henry walking up the walk and the deputy warden of security standing right there. So I go sit down on the bench. Deputy warden like, what's up, Bill? He like, what's up, Bill? I'm like, what's up, Dep? How you doing? He like, I'm all right. He like, man, he done started his bullshit already, huh? I said, who? He gonna say, Henry. I said, hey, man, oh, shit, I don't know nothing about what he got going on. He said, yeah, Gallant told me. I'm finna holler at him, give him a little warning real quick. Henry walked up. He said, yes, sir. The deputy warden was like, hey, bro, man, I know you got all this time to do, and I know, you living how you living. It is what it is. He was like, but, bro, that shit you got going on in that dorm, leave them people alone, man. You can't do shit like that, man. Leave them people alone. And then the deputy warden gonna start smiling and gonna say, no means no, Henry. No means no now. So Henry started laughing. Talk about, man, come on with that bullshit. That man ain't even like that. Gallant ass be lying, man. He was like, I'm telling you now, we put you in a good dorm. We tried to give you a chance now, Henry. But fuck around and move you to D-building. Them boys, that's where all the murders and shit be happening at now. Don't make me move you to D-building now. We trying to give you a chance now, Henry. So he was like, all right, Dep, all right, for sure. So they talk a little bit more. He sent Henry back to the dorm. Then the deputy was gonna say, man, I've been doing this shit for 17 years, man. I never met a motherfucker that was just crazy like that, like Henry. Like, I met people that's crazy, but not over shit like that. I was like, yeah, Dep, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to stay neutral to not make it seem like I'm on nobody's side, you know what I'm saying? So the day goes on, everything smooth. Come back to the dorm. When I get back to the dorm, the GAP members, they usually be cool and be out, chilling. When I walk in today, some shit felt strange, like, and then these folk never really have on no boots or no shoes or none of that type shit. So the two of them had on their shoes, looked like it was tied up kind of tight. First thought came to my head, they finna flip Henry ass. And the one Cory that Henry had in his room, he was with the other two, like with them a lot, you know what I'm saying? So I'm walking down the steps. Henry pushed the door open. He said, hey, chocolate, say chocolate, say chocolate. And the dude, Cory, who was his roommate, he looked up from over there. He was downstairs, like under the thing, so he couldn't see Henry, and Henry couldn't see him, but he had to walk up the steps and looked around like, what's up? And then Henry did him like this, like tell him to come here. And he went to going up the second set of steps, and then the other two GAP members was like, bitch, you stupid. Bitch, you stupid. And then he went up there. I was like, bro, this nigga Henry got too much going on. I ain't gonna cap. At this point, I'm about ready to tell Gallant, bro, let's work one on this nigga. Get this nigga the fuck up out of here, because this shit's starting to get a little irritating, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go tell Gallant, that nigga Henry punched me in the face. Gallant gonna be like, you don't know who you fucking... Nah, but seriously. I said, man, I'm about ready to get this nigga Henry ass up out this dorm, bro. You know what I'm saying? So Joe Dirt come down there in the room. I'm pulling the phone out the spot. He like, folks, what the fuck going on, folks? I'm like, shit, just chilling. What the hell been going on in here today? So he just telling me all kind of weird shit about Henry. He talk about some, Henry done had the man Cory out this bitch with a net bag, done cut up a net bag to make it look like some booty shorts, had the man wearing it, talking about on Stow Day, he gonna make it rain on all the GAP members with soups and packs of Kool-Aid. I said, oh, hell no. Nah. He just telling me all kind of shit that Henry got going on. And it's another nigga, a civilian dude who got a phone, say Henry went in there, smacked him out, took his phone for like 3-4 hours, gave it back to him. I say, this nigga Henry out of control, bro. His ass tweaking. When Gallant finally come in about an hour later, he just going to certain people rooms, talking to them, kicking it with them. But you could tell he probably got certain people like watching just to let him know everything that happened in the dorm. And then he went up there to Henry room. He was in there about 20 minutes. He come back out the room. I'm standing down there by the shower just chilling. He gonna walk past me and say, yeah, that motherfucker done tightened up, Bill. I say, who? He gonna look around like, and gonna lean into me, try to whisper and say, that motherfucker horny Henry, yeah, he done tightened the fuck up. I let that motherfucker know, and I told the warden on his ass earlier. And the warden said if I had one more motherfucking complaint out that nigga, he getting the fuck up out this dormitory. He gonna go down there with them boys in D-building. He pulled some shit like this in D-building, they'll kill his motherfucking ass. I was like, yeah, I'm already knowing. Henry in the room a lot, but every time he come out, bro, it's just like some extra strange ass shit. Like, he keep walking up on the dude, Cory, all in his face. Not like aggressive, but damn near like intimate, you know what I'm saying? And the other two Gap members just standing there like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they hate this shit. I go get all my shit together, go take me a shower. Joe Dirt was out there on the big floor. He saw me walking. He came. He stood outside the shower. He did security for me, whatever the case. Even though, like I said, in this dorm, you don't really need it. But, you know, shit can happen anywhere, especially at a level 5 high security prison. You know what I'm saying? I come out the shower. I let Dirt use the phone. I'm in there chilling. One of my other guys came in there talking to me. We just talk about some other stuff that got to do with the economy at the camp and stuff like that. I hear out the blue while me and him talking, you don't got to walk with her to the shower. She don't need no motherfucking security. Ain't nobody finna do nothing to her. And me and bro get up. We coming out the room. And when we bust out the room, you see the dude Cory coming, walking down the steps, switching and twitching. And you got Horny Henry walking right behind him. And Horny Henry looked back to the dude that said it, that's on the big floor, and was like, hey, don't tell me what to do to my bitch. Don't tell me how to treat my hoe. I treat my bitch how I want to. If I want to do her security, if I want to do security for chocolate, I can do security for chocolate. And bro, when he said that, because I'm trying to understand the person, Cory, that's going through this. I look in the face of the person to see if there's like excitement, whatever the case is. And bro, it almost looked like a disgust. Like, you know when you fuck around and got too drunk or sick and you getting ready to throw up, you know, that just that face that you make, bro. It was a face like that. And I ain't gonna cap, I felt bad for the nigga, bro. I was just like, damn, folk. You know what I'm saying? Like, these folk, like, damn. Like, Henry, what if this person lives this lifestyle, but this person clearly don't like you, G? Like, you know what I'm saying? You gon', like, I don't know, that shit just felt weird as hell, bro. And, you know, Henry and the Gap dude arguing back and forth. And then there's other people like, nah, y'all chill out, bro. They were saying they know, the people that know Henry for real, they was just saying that they know he'll act a fool, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm just like, that's crazy. Then when dude got in the shower, Henry standing outside the shower, bro, who I was talking to, he was just like, bro, that shit just so weird, bro. Nigga, that shit slick make a nigga want to go do something to Henry. Yeah. I was like, bro, I don't know, bro. Shit like that, it just, your mind be so, like, you know, shit, you don't know what to do, what to say, you know what I'm saying? Officer come in and say you got 15 minutes to stand by till lockdown. Bro leave out, you know, I go out the room. Dirt still got my phone. Say, Joe Dirt. I go to calling his name. He stick his head out the door. Yeah. I'm like, but you got about 5 more minutes. All right, folks. Close the door. He go back in his room. You hear the shower shoes stumping. That means, like, I'm done with my shower, and a way to dry off your feet, like, kind of quick, and get all the water off your shower shoe is to stomp on the ground real hard, about 5 or 6 times each feet, and it's gonna make all the water shoot off the shower shoe. So you hear that. Then you hear Horny Henry say, you ready, baby girl? And the dude, Cory, said, yeah. They came walking out. He told them, walk in front of me. Standing here looking at this man, and he move out the way and let Cory walk out the shower. Let's just say this Coke bottle is the back of Cory's hand. Henry is walking so close to the man, he like this. And the man go to singing. I can lay you down, take your panties off, kiss you softly, girl. And he's doing this while they're walking. You want it mild or sweet, satisfying, I can give you, satisfied, I can give. Then the motherfucker hit a high note. Girl, you know I know how to places to kiss in town. And when he go to saying that, he go to touching Cory, like stomach, rubbing his side, make a scream and moan. All you gotta do is say yes, say yes, say yes, girl. So Cory not saying nothing. So, but the nigga Henry done grabbed the man by the neck and turned his head to him. And when he looked back, he said, say yes, say yes, say yes, girl. And then the dude, Cory, said, yes, looking terrified, you know what I'm saying? They go in the room. Deputy Warden Gallant came out. He didn't see what was just going on. He just heard it. He gonna come out smiling, talking about, hey, Bill. I said, yeah. He said, who the fuck one of these motherfuckers is in here thinking they pretty Ricky or some shit? I said, bro, I just stayed out of it. I said, bro, shit, I don't fucking know. He went looking around, but they had made it. Henry and Cory had made it back in the room already. I ain't gonna cap. I felt bad, bro. I said a prayer for Cory, bro. I just was like, you know what I'm saying? Dirk brought me my phone. We locked down. I put it up. I used it for about 20 more minutes. Put the phone up. I go to sleep. When I wake up, I'm not sure what time it is. I hear Deputy Warden Gallant voice. Cause we right next door, so when he go to yelling or anything, our vents connected, so that shit be loud in my room. Deputy Warden Gallant saying, "Hey Henry, whatever the fuck you up there doing to that boy, you better stop that shit right the fuck now." And then you got other people, "Hey, hell no, Henry, that's lame ass shit, bro. What the fuck you got going on, bro?" And before I can even wonder what the fuck are they talking about, because it's late, it's wee hours, we locked down, only thing I can hear is, ah, ah, ah. And bro, that shit made me think back to little dude and big dude. I say, Henry is real life in here full-fledged doing what he doing to this man. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it don't stop, bro. So all kind of people go to beating on their door shit. I even kicked my door a couple times. Cause my door is the close, me and Deputy Warden Gallant door is the closest one to the officer booth. So if anybody beating on the door, it'll be us that'll probably really wake them up. So I go to kicking my door too. So the officer coming there, the girl, you can tell she was asleep. She coming there rubbing her eyes. What the hell y'all making all this noise for? Everybody screaming. She like, I can't fucking hear everybody at the same time. So everybody get quiet. Then somebody was screaming. They screamed out Henry room number. And they said, he in there graping that man. He in there graping that man. So she like, what the fuck? So she running up the steps, but she on the radio like, hey, sir, whatever type of backup she need. So she get to the door, but that lady get to the door and start screaming. She said, stop, no, stop, get off of him, stop doing that to him, get off of him. So we like, damn, bro, like that shit is really fucked up, bro. Like, nigga feeling bad for Cory, bro. Then it make a nigga feel like, damn, bro, we should have did something to Henry ass, but at the same time, folks, you got to mind your business, bro. To a certain degree, you have to, because that should have put you in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? Backup running there. They got the pepper ball guns. There's a bunch of officers. They run straight up to the door. They look through the door. They like, hey, inmate, this is my first and last time telling you, get up off of him right now. Get the fuck up off of him right now. And the screaming has never stopped. It's non-stop screaming. They pop the door open. Bro, when they pop the door open, you got a few officers run in immediately. I can see, limited from my door, because the way the angle is, like I can see halfway. If the thing stopped right here, I gotta move a little further and just catch that angle that I could get. They clearly brought somebody out the room, but there was so many of them huddled up, I couldn't even damn see. And then the other person that it looked like they was handcuffing, I couldn't really see. It just was too many officers crowded, surrounding them. The screaming is still going on, nonstop. You hear the officer like, it's okay, just hold on, just be patient, hold on. And they rushing them down the steps. Now I can see perfectly fine, because my room is the first room. And it ain't what we thought was going on. When they came down the steps, you got two officers got Henry by the right arm, two officers got Henry by the left arm. This motherfucker like he fading in and out of consciousness. Henry is butt naked. He ain't got on that clothing item. Bro, this man's dick look like it's hanging by a thin piece of skin, bro. By a thin piece of skin. There's blood damn near everywhere over this man. It look like he got gashes all over his body, bro. He bleeding from his face. But like I said, it don't look like no deep stab wound. Look like a nigga had to have a razor or something. And on his private area, bro, I mean, there's so much blood all down his leg. He done slipped a couple times on the steps. His arms got cuts and shit all over it. They get him out the door first, and then you hear the GAP member screaming from behind the door, yeah, bitch, did your big one on that pussy ass nigga, yeah, bitch. And that what turns up Cory. And he just started screaming, talking shit. When they brought Cory down the stairs, he was boohoo crying, kind of, words, kind of stuttering over his words, but he was crying and shit. And, was just saying, yeah, got that bitch ass nigga. Deputy Warden Gallant wasn't saying nothing no more. So as soon as they brought the other dude, the dude that was crying, Cory, out the dorm, you hear Deputy Warden Gallant saying through the door, "No means no, motherfucker. No means no. That's what Henry motherfucking ass get." And, bro, I'm just still looking out the door. They all done left out of here, bro. It's just blood down the steps, bro. It's blood dripping off the steps, concrete steps. That shit just is a terrible... I don't even know how to explain that shit, bro. They come, they let me and Deputy Warden Gallant out. They tell us that they need us to clean up all this bullshit. So they gave us this big white suit thing to put on. We step in there. They gave us these little shoes that tie real tight. They gave us some gloves that go up about this far, and they had us up, bro. About the next hour, cleaning up blood off the steps. They gave us hella chemicals, cleaning it up from where they walked him from, and we had to go in the room. When we went in the room to clean up, bro, it was what niggas used to use to buck 50 niggas back in the day. It'd be a toothbrush, and you would have a toothbrush, and depending on if you want to do a straight buck 50, which this was, or if you want to do like a Freddy Krueger is what they'll call it, depending on how you would have your razors. But this one had like 4 razor blades, bro, melted in a toothbrush into the actual brushes of the toothbrush. It was like 4 of them, and you could tell it was burnt. It was melted in there. And that shit had blood on it, and it was on there. And Deputy Warden Gallant picked it up, and he looked at it. He said, "Hey, Bill." I said, "Yeah." He said, "I guess Gap don't stand for gay and proud no more." I said, "What you mean?" He said, "That shit stand for gash or predator, because he gashed his motherfucking ass." And, bruh, I couldn't laugh at the moment, but when I thought about it later on, you know, it was funny and shit. So we got done cleaning up, bro. By the time we got done cleaning up and took showers and was getting ready for our detail or whatever the case, dude Cory was walking back in the door with the police. They went up there, packed all Henry shit. And you know, everybody huddled Cory whenever something happened like that. Like, "Bro, what the fuck happened? Woo-doo-doo-doo." And he was like, "Bro, that nigga just kept trying me. He talking about some, if I ain't ready to, you know, do all that extra shit, just give him some head." He talking about either I'm gonna give him some head or he gonna beat my ass all night. So bruh said earlier that day, he had already prepared himself and melted him a razor and a toothbrush and had that shit under his pillow. So he said he told Henry, "All right." And got down. He said he sat up, he grabbed a toothbrush. Henry wasn't paying attention. And he said Henry pulled his private part out. He said he grabbed that motherfucker and hit that bitch like twice. He said he tried to take it off. And once, you know, I guess the pain and the shock, Henry couldn't fight him back no more. He said he just got up and started gashing his motherfucking ass till the police came. So, you know, let me know what y'all think. Y'all think Henry got what he deserved? I think he did 100%. Don't feel bad for him at all. They ended up sending Henry back to high max, which he probably gonna have to do another 5 years before they let him back out. I don't know if they gonna give him another dick or if he just gonna be walking around with a nub. I don't know how he gonna have to take a piss. I don't know all those details. But the shit is scary, bro. Cause what if Cory just didn't have that in him to do that? Or what if he would have tried to do that, shit would have went left, Henry could have took it, slit his fucking throat. Like, the prison is just so dangerous, bro. And that's why I just encourage everybody to do the right thing to the best of your ability. Try to stay out of trouble. Whether this shit be funny or not is serious. It's your boy Bill. I'm gone.